Hello everyone, welcome to Criccentricview. We are joining after a long time and we have Sharvanan with us. We are going to discuss about the how the World Cup games so far and what are our thoughts and all those things. So hi Sharvanan. So how do you think this World Cup has been till now?
Yeah, actually, even before this World Cup started, we spoke about this World Cup. We don't have much expectations on our side,
Yeah,
and yeah, but still, I think yesterday's game was very good for us. I think the bowlers did the job for us, and eventually Rohit Sharma came into party after a long time.
true. Yeah, that's true. Till now, whatever chases you have seen, even Sri Lanka versus South Africa, South Africa chased those 80 runs in 16th over, and they have lost 4 wickets. And we were expecting something like that, like India would be finishing somewhere around 15th over. That's what we were thinking, right?
Yes.
And finishing in 12th over, that's a good thing. And I think that should be the template. Like even in the first 15 overs, if you score like 100 runs, and if you lost like one or at max 2 wickets, you could take it to 150, 160, and that's a good score, right, on that wicket.
Yes.
Because see, even
Yeah.
Irish batsmen in the end overs, they were hitting the ball cleanly, right? It was not that Hardik Pandya and Arshdeep Singh were bowling bad; they were hitting cleanly. So it means that if they had like wickets in hand, they would have given a better target, right?
Yeah, that's what we could see in Australia versus Oman game. Australia were
Hmm.
really struggling all the way through their 15 overs actually, and Stoinis is the only standout batter for them. He was a point of difference actually. With his blistering innings,
Right.
only Australia was able to made up to 165, and even Stoinis with the ball was very dangerous, and he just literally uh, made the Oman batsman to dance to his tunes.
True, yeah. But like the way yesterday's game, the way Surya was struggling. See, it was not that. Yeah, even Rohit Sharma's innings and Pant's innings, there were some hits because of the extra bounce. But the way Surya was going for the shots and the scoop shot which he plays, he didn't even he didn't even connect the ball. So it felt a concern that like the wickets where ball doesn't come onto the bat and all those things. Players like Surya Kumar Yadav, Shivam Dubey, uh, or Samson for that matter, they would be finding themselves wanting over there. And this is the middle order basically, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
do you see
In
that?
yesterday's pitches, that's what we expect always.
Yeah, so do you see that, like that entire pressure would be on the top order and a similar template like 2019 where the top three will be taking the entire pressure, thinking that these guys can't do anything and we have to do a bulk of major we have to do a heavy lifting over there.
If you see if you say the pressure will be on the top order, not only like in 2019, it's been the story for a decade now. Like the top three will be doing the
True,
bulk
true.
of the scoring, and from the number four until that middle order, we are struggling. Given whomsoever you pick in the playing 11, and we are still struggling on that matter. And in this tournament particularly, we don't have Kohli at number three. So given the scenario that he's going to open with Rohit, the onus will be on both the batters, and they are going to
Right.
open the innings for us. And
Hmm.
in that, Rohit will be known for his hit and miss kind of innings. Like he
Hmm.
had a very good innings yesterday, but still there was a drop catch for him in a very early of innings. Like he was on two, I think. He gave a catch to
Right.
the slip and it was dropped there. So it's if that catch was held on, I think it could have been a different ball game altogether. Like what we seen in South Africa game, that could have been the same story in yesterday also. But
Right.
somehow
Right.
Rohit was survived on that catch, and then he went on to score a 50. But still, yes, as we mentioned, this is what we have seen from West Indies, and West Indies pitches are known for their slowness nature. But
Slowness here.
Yeah, but getting the drop in pitches from Australia and placing them in USA, but still we are having this slowness in the tracks would be spoil the game and spoil the spice of this game. But still, I think it gives an even battle between the bat and ball. So in that context, I think it's a very good for the sport. But still, Surya and the place you have mentioned, they need to adapt. That is the only
They
point
need
they
to
need to
adapt,
do.
yeah. I mean, and also see, a pitch can be however it acts, right? It's fine. Like, okay, initially there was a lot of seam movement, there's extra bounce and all those things, but we don't seem to be complaining when it's a totally a flat track and batters are going for 260, 270 runs. That's
Yeah,
okay, but it should be like it should go both ways. But one thing that was concerning was the outfield, right?
yeah, yeah,
Because
yes.
the Rohit Sharma played three lofted cover drive shots and he didn't get a boundary because the ball is just falling there and it's like, okay, I'm done.
It's like the ball is hitting on the sponges.
Yeah,
There was a bunch of sponges placed in the ground, and when the ball
yeah,
hits the pitch, and it's not moving at all. I think that's
right,
where
yeah.
the concern is, and there was no overnight rains also, but still we could see this outfield as very slow, and there was nothing in the outfield, so that could be a concerning one. And
True, true. Like
this new age
even
batsman
the
will find it difficult.
true, like in initial 6 overs, you look to clear the 30-yard circle and you think, okay, boundary, you will get the boundary. Now you can't think along those lines. You need to focus on running a lot, right? So yeah, but
And also,
again,
I
it's a
could see,
concerning thing. Yeah,
yeah,
go on, go on.
yeah,
It's
I
okay.
could see this extra bounce will create a lot of injuries in this edition. See,
Exactly. Yeah.
even yesterday, he got hit twice and he was retired hurt actually. The
Hmm.
game was already in the pocket, so it was a very good decision in all fairness that he can take
Hmm.
some rest because the game is already done and dusted. But
Right.
if it happens in a crucial game like the Sunday's game or even the knockouts, I think that's where the concern will be. And
True.
it should be on the batter's mind also. It could also play some, beg them to play cautiously, and it's all about adapting the situations and
Yeah, like
respecting the.
exactly. Like every batter should be like, okay, they need to be mentally prepared that there are going to be some uh, the ball you're going to get beaten by some good deliveries out there, and you need to be prepared for that. And at the same time, you will get hit. Uh, you will get hit because of the extra bounce or whatever it is. Like it's basically how you talk about a test match, right? You need to go through
Yes,
that tough phase and then you can take it forward, something like that. And I didn't expect that you will be talking the same thing about T20, where
even yesterday's game reminded me a lot about this SEG test against Australia. When India
right,
played against
yeah.
Australia, the third test match, Pujara
Hmm.
was getting hit for fun. Actually,
Yeah,
Australian bowlers were thinking like him as not a human being, and they were just bowling to a wall. And he was getting he was getting like too many hits on him, and he was what do you say? He was happily taking it. But when it
right.
comes to T20 and in a World Cup kind of tournament, I think batters needs to be cautious, and they should be prepared for this. Like you're going to be beaten,
True, true,
so
yeah.
it should not be in your mind actually.
Right.
Okay, I got beaten for this ball. Maybe the next ball I could hit it for a boundary, or even I can rotate the strike. I think that's how
Exactly,
they
yeah.
should plan their inning.
I
Keeping
mean,
wickets will
see,
be the key.
exactly, right. Like yesterday's match, India didn't have that scoreboard pressure. Like if India was batting in the first innings, I don't think they would have been playing with the same template. There would have been like a lot of rash shots coming along and all those things, right?
Yeah,
So
possible.
that's why they need to get their template sorted. Like they shouldn't think along the lines, okay, the strike rate is very low, right? Like during these days, uh, every cricket expert is like, this guy is not good enough for T20. Strike rates are low, etc., etc. People say that, right? And these strike rates won't win you the tournament and all those things. So those discussions should be kept aside, and you have to play that normal test cricket or a one day cricket for the first 10, 10 15 overs, right?
uh, if you say if you want to put all these things into one line, be a KL Rahul, I would say. Like how KL
Yeah,
Rahul will be being spoken to his critics, like strike rates are overrated. So that's how
yeah,
these batters
exactly.
should be planning in their minds also. Strike rates are
Right.
overrated. All we need to do is bat through this 20 overs. Don't lose too many wickets up front in the power play initially. If
Hmm.
even if you take Ireland for that matter, if they could have lost around 2 to 3 wickets in the power play and scoring 25 runs, I would say it's a win-win situation for them because
Right.
uh, they played like that only. But after power play to the 10th over, they lost too many wickets. Half of the side was gone,
Yeah.
and there was a huge pressure mounting on. And Jasprit Bumrah was breathing fire yesterday. First 2 overs
Hmm.
going for maiden, I don't see even the pitch tells that much. Even the bowler has to be too good for that. So Jasprit
Exactly.
Bumrah
Yeah.
is one guy, and even the plans were worked out really well for India and Rohit Sharma as always.
True.
And eventually everything boils down to those one knockout game, and that's where our plans, our strategy, tactics, everything goes wrong. But still,
Right.
during
Right.
the
Yeah.
initial phase, we proved it once again.
True. True. See, that's the thing. Like this World Cup, it feels like lot of things will be dependent on luck. The first thing is toss. So because this games over here, it's difficult to think about getting a score of like one. We will set up a score of 140, 150, and we would. It is a good enough total. People are not thinking along those lines. Like in a typical T20, every batter would be like, okay, I have to score 200. Then if things don't go well, they come down, and eventually they score like 140. If you go with that mindset, you will be in this situation over here. Rather, you need to go. You have to start low and you have to see how things are. That's it, right?
Yeah, the one thing is the bowlers are going to make the batters' life very difficult. So the
Hmm.
batters should be prepared for that. And like, I'm not going to gift you my wicket. That's the only thing the batters should be
True, true.
keeping in their mind. So even I think the only free flow game was between England and Scotland actually.
Scotland,
That
yeah,
that game, yeah, that game was really started off well, and it was a typical T20 template, and the rain played the spoil sport once again.
and also USA versus Canada was also that free flowing game, like
Yeah,
right. So
that is not even free flowing. That was really massacring the Canadians actually.
yeah,
The game was very well within the reach of Canada, but somehow this guy made it very tough for them. And
right.
94 or 40 balls, I think any day, anytime, it's going to be a match
It's
winning
a
call.
good score, yeah, yeah, exactly. And like we are saying, right, you have to be cautious. You shouldn't be gifting wickets left, right, and center. And suddenly yesterday, the way Virat Kohli got out, and you don't expect that he would be doing something like that. Okay, fine. You could say things. Okay, he went down the track and he was looking for that lofted shot. Because of the bounce, it took the edge and went to the third man. You could say that, but still, given that you were 3 overs 26, that's a good score on that pitch, right?
It's a very good score actually, but I think
Yeah,
see, we didn't try Virat and Rohit in a long run to play them as openers. I think
fair
uh,
enough. Yeah.
yeah, suddenly making these two guys to open the innings. And see, Rohit Sharma has that experience, and he has that knack of playing those big innings, and he knows how to play those free flowing innings up front. But Virat Kohli
Right.
is known for his anchor kind of innings. He did play some blistering knocks, like I remember one game against West Indies, he hits sixes for fun. So,
Ah,
and eventually he got the fastest ODI 100 for India also. But still, I think Kohli is a typical that old school player, and
right.
suddenly making him to open the innings, and that too in a big stage of kind World Cup. And I think that played in his mind. Maybe he wants to break the shackles up front, and doesn't want to get into the shell. The pitch was doing something, and I think that's what played in his mind, and he went for the trash shot. Very unlike Virat Kohli. I think it's
Hmm.
just a one failure game. That's how we need to see
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
And yeah,
Of course, like Virat Kohli being Virat Kohli, these things happen once in a while. I don't think he will play the same shot again in the next game. right?
He shouldn't play that shot. That's because I still believe that Rohit Sharma might fail in Pakistan game since he had a very good knock yesterday. Given his track record in the recent times, he had a very good game and then a bad game, and somehow he's been hot and cold all through this recent years.
Right.
So I think,
Hmm.
yeah, given the track record against Pakistan, it's always Virat versus Pakistan bowlers. So I think
True.
Virat should be the one standout guy, and the team should play around him. And little bit concerned about Surya Kumar Yadav and Shivam Dubey because
Shivam Dubey, yeah.
I think ever since Shivam Dubey made this reel like I am the god of sixes, after that reel, I think he was into a very bad patch and he was
Right.
not able to even clear those smaller grounds in India also. Uh, Ever since that
True.
video has been made, but they need to find something and they should adapt,
Yeah.
and that's how it is.
So if this is the concern, like if you are looking like if Shivam Dubey doesn't work, like would you be tempted to bring in Akshar Patel in the middle order?
Definitely,
Or
yeah,
definitely
definitely,
okay? Because okay, fine.
yes.
Like he doesn't give the fast bowling. Shivam Dubey is also medium pacer, but still you get an extra spinner and it's not a bad deal, right?
Yeah, see, I don't even play Jadeja because see they're very similar kind of bat profiles actually, Jadeja and Akshar
Ah,
Patel. And
right.
given comparing Jadeja and Akshar Patel, I would say Akshar had a slight edge over with his batting, and
Hmm.
somehow Akshar Patel has done well for India in the
Right.
in Indian colors than Jadeja. So I think even if you can play Akshar Patel at number five, and you have that a guy who can is another left-hander. So I think that guy can make a difference in the middle order also. Hardik Pandya will be
Right.
slotted at six, and yeah, that's how. If Rinku Singh was there, I would easily play them at Akshar at five and Hardik Pandya at six. But given Rinku is not there, and that's where I
Hmm.
think the combination would may would get a hit when things are not
Right.
going to the plan. Like if
True.
Dubey is
True.
not giving you right of runs, and Surya
I
is
mean,
not giving you the quick runs, and that's where the
yeah.
plan will be getting spoiled.
I mean, see, in the even in the warm up game, Shivam Dubey was like he wasn't even. It was the similar innings which he played against RCB, right? That's how it was. It's just that catches were missed in this warm up game. That's why he. That's why he got a life and all those things. And the shot which he got out, that's the first time we have seen Shivam Dubey using his feet. He stepped down,
Yeah, he
right?
stepped down. He connected the ball well.
Yeah,
At first, I saw that okay, it will be going over the ropes, and finally this guy is
yeah,
getting into some kind of rhythm, but
yeah.
it was straight into the hands of Mahmudullah. It's a very good catch actually,
Right,
but
right.
still,
Yeah.
it was not able to clear the ropes. And
True,
yeah,
true.
that's where I think India might struggle if the runs are not coming from Shivam Dubey and Surya. So
Right.
that's one another point. And do you really think that Pant was fast tracked into this into the squad?
Look, if you ask me, bringing in Pant was a good decision to me because see, he is the guy who knows how to adapt to this conditions, right? Because see, if we didn't expect how the USA the drop in pitches would be this low, but still we had an idea that West Indies pitches would be slow and all those things. And Samson is also that guy who doesn't like sluggish wickets, right? So that's why uh, the only option left was Pant, and KL Rahul was also not in that form, and team was not looking. Uh, team was looking for a middle order batter, right? And KL Rahul wasn't providing that. And
Okay.
also Pant is doing well, although.
Yeah, he's doing well actually, but I could see
Mhm.
some concern like was he fast track because even playing in the IPL, that too having such a horrible accident, I think the way he came back, it was very good actually, but still
Mhm.
maybe he could have got some more time to spend. But yeah, of course you said that he's the one guy I think who was very good yesterday.
Mhm.
Actually, he did got beaten some twice or thrice, but still I think it was a very good innings.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? If you had put Samson in that situation, he wouldn't have played that gritty innings like Pant. That's the thing, right? So that's the difference, and also Pant brings in that left-handed batter, right? So that's one good advantage that comes with him, right?
Okay.
And also, see,
So
although he came back from an injury and all, his the way he's keeping and the way he's running and everything, he looks fit only. It's not That's not a concerning aspect, right?
no, yeah, yeah. If you say in that way, I think he was super fit. Like he never left the game actually, and so I think he did a very good job. But somewhere I thought maybe was he fast tracked just for this
Hmm.
World Cup? Well,
Hmm.
fine. If you're performing then and you're winning, then no complaints actually.
Yeah, and also maybe that's the thing, and no one wanted to go with KL Rahul, right? Uh, that's also one thing
Yes,
because see, KL Rahul was, even though there was Devdutt Padikkal in LSG, he was not going in the middle order, and we wanted a keeper who would be, you know, uh, batting for us in the middle. Because in the opening, even if Virat Kohli comes in the middle, you have Yashasvi Jaiswal, who has been performing in T20. So it was India didn't have much options in the keeping. That's what I think. More than fast tracking Pant, it felt like only those two options were left, and they went with those two options. That's it.
yes. So
Right.
are you happy with the playing 11?
Hmm?
Are you
Uh,
happy with the playing 11?
I mean, at first I wanted Kuldeep Yadav, right?
Yeah.
But I was like, okay, fine. If at the end they won, but I would have liked Kuldeep Yadav in the team. So that was one thing I thought of. But otherwise, maybe like I said, Shivam Dube and Akshar Patel, you could instead of Shivam Dube, you could go with Akshar Patel. But that's just a personal decision, right? It's not something which they have to do, right? Kuldeep Yadav is your
But
go-to
but
spinner, right? He has to play every game. That's the thing.
but replacing Dubey is very unlikely given the amount of confidence and the hype that he comes up with. I think it's going to be
Mhm.
uh, very crucial. I think they won't drop Dubey. But somehow I think maybe in some tracks Akshar Patel might get dropped, and in his place I think Kuldeep can play.
Kuldeep can
And
play, right?
yeah, actually, given yesterday's game, I don't see Rohit Sharma will be dropping any of his three prime spinners, paces actually.
Pacers, yeah.
Uh, yeah, Bumrah, Siraj, and Ashdip are going to play each and every game, at least in the serious place.
True, true, yeah. Like at least in the initial games they would, or maybe in the West Indies they can tinker with, they can drop in a fast bowler and get an extra spinner because of that dry wickets and all. But otherwise, these three paces are going to be the constant, right?
Yeah, the first game in West Indies, like West Indies played against Papua New Guinea, and that game was very well in reach for Papua for majority of the time actually, except that
Right.
Roston Chase innings. I think it was Papua's game to lose, and
I mean
they were very well in control actually.
that's the thing, right? Like every game, the match winner is someone who plays first class cricket a lot, who plays test cricket a lot, right? So Roston Chase is that batter, right? So I think uh, uh, I think that's going to be the trend. And even today's game, Australia versus Oman, David Warner played that gritty innings of 40, 45 balls, 53, something like that, right?
Yes,
So
54
I
wickets
think,
got.
yeah, I think that's going to be the template, right?
Yes, sir. And yeah, given the trend going, actually that's what we are going to get, and the expectations will be on that also.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, who will be a top four then?
Actually, I can't really predict here the way everyone are playing. We can't really predict, right? Even even teams like Papua New Guinea, Scotland, all these teams are doing well. It's just that they were just short of the target or whatever it is. They are doing well, right? So it's hard to choose, but let's see how it is.
Yeah,
But
like
for
you
me,
mentioned, I think mm,
yeah, go ahead.
this is the beauty of T20 game actually.
Right,
Like
yeah.
every other team has a chance to beat a very good side or a very big side, punching above their weights. I think that's the one thing this T20 is offering a lot.
Right,
Yeah,
yeah.
given the game against Papua New Guinea and even Scotland game, if the game would have went into full 20 overs, I think it was anybody's game actually because
Exactly, right, yeah.
Scotland is showing the England's way of play against them. So I think that
Hmm.
that was a very trait to watch. And their derby was even very good, and the fan rivalry, everything was fine.
Hmm.
They
Hmm,
are
hmm.
just brewing something like Pakistan versus Afghanistan. So yeah, it's been that kind of a tournament. But
True,
still, I
true.
think these teams will give a tough fight. But still, the big players will be the big names will be the ones who will be in the top four again.
Right, right, yeah. Because see, uh, even if you make it into Super 8s, uh, going into top four is going to be difficult because there would be a more or less a top teams you have to be like uh, top teams to beat over there, right? So that's the that's the thing though. Yeah. And what do you think the plans against Pakistan should be?
Yeah, it's a very similar template. Like, don't give wickets to Shaheen Shah Afridi in
Hmm.
the power play. I think
Yeah.
more than Shaheen Shah Afridi, I think Nazim Shah is going to be
I mean,
one.
for me, the bigger threat would be Mohammad Amir. More than Shaheen Afridi and Naseem Shah, Mohammad Amir could be a bigger threat.
I see that the Indian batters are having some knowledge about these left arm paces. I think at least
Right.
in the
Yeah.
international arena, I think they got a bit of knowledge now. Like I won't
Hmm.
say knowledge. I think they find somehow they are managing to evade them
Right.
successfully in the recent past. So I think, but these the right hand bowlers who are coming in and bowling some deadly pace, and the way Nazim Shah gets some seam movement actually, he doesn't swing much, but the same moment that he gets, and this USA pitch is offering, I think he's going to be a bigger threat than
Hmm.
Mohammad Amir because at least Rohit and Kohli knows that okay, they are the bigger threats for us. We need to play carefully. Even in the Asia Cup, I think they played really well. Shaheen
Right.
Shah Afridi and Nazim Shah, but still, I would say with all these movements in the pitch and the way Nazim Shah can bowl 150 plus very easily because
Right. Right. Yeah.
he, right?
See, for me, if you see Pakistan bowling, there are moments where Shaheen Afridi and Aris Rauf, they they kind of go away from their plans because they are trying way too much. Like Shaheen Afridi, initially sometimes he gets very desperate to take a wicket, so he always bowls that in swinging Yorker length, right? And that won't work all the time. So that's why I felt like Naseem Shah and Mohammad Amir could be those guys who would be sticking to their plans without trying too much. So that's the thing, right?
Yeah, yeah, that's another one point because Shaheen Shah Afridi is known for his trying overthinking and doing so many things. He is a bowler like Ashwin. He has a
Right,
very
yeah.
good technique. He has a very good experience and talent, but still, Ashwin tries to bowl six different deliveries in an over in itself. So that's what Shaheen Shah
Right.
also will be trying to do. Maybe if he sticks to the line and length, I think he could be another deadly bowler. But yeah, it's
Right.
historically Indian batters versus Pakistan bowlers. So if you're not giving too
Mhm.
many wickets up the power play, then it's anybody's game.
Exactly. And the way Pakistan's batting is, that's also a bit dodgy. So, uh, again, like if you give good enough target, the bowlers will have something to play with, right? So, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, but still, I do want India to chase the game because having score
Chase.
up front, and I think that way India is very fine and comfortable.
True. Yeah.
So yeah, let's see how it goes and
Right, yeah.
on Sunday.
And like, what do you think changes in playing 11 should be for you?
I don't want to change the playing 11. Uh,
Okay.
Maybe I
Not
would go the
even
same 11.
not even bringing in Kuldeep Yadav.
No, given the amount of right-handers in the Pakistani unit, I think sticking with full Jadeja and Axar was fine. Since
And
I think Rohit Sharma wants to bowl all the 20 overs with the paces when the pitch is offering
right,
something,
yeah,
because even in the yesterday's game, he was trying to finish up front all the seamers
all the
overs. Actually,
paces, yeah,
he did bring Jadeja and Akshar Patel
late.
way too late in the innings, and so I think that's going to be a plan of Rohit Sharma also. I don't want
Because
to change because we won the game.
yeah, I mean it's a winning combination. Not to why to fix anything which isn't broken. Fair enough. But
Yes.
here's the thing: like you said, Pakistanis have a lot of right-handed batsmen, right? But the main problem with them is they are not able to pick the variations. Like, uh, is it going to be a leg break? Is it going to be a googly? Is it going to be a flipper? They are not able to pick that, and that is something you could exploit maybe by bringing in Kuldeep Yadav in place of
Uh,
either of Jadeja or Akshar Patel.
See, I think this New York, which doesn't offer spin too much, uh,
Mm-hmm.
as you mentioned, these variations might be ineffective by overthinking that Pakistani are not going to pick it up,
Right.
and they are not
Mm-hmm.
comfortable against the Chinaman bowler. But still, I would see that the pitch is offering something for the seamers, and having three best paces that the country could
Right.
ever have, and plus Hardik Pandya, I think Hardik Pandya is very deadly again when it's doing something in the pitch. So that's what we seen yesterday. Also, he was very good uh, with the ball yesterday, and so I think having four paces that you can give you four complete overs, and then 16 overs are done and dusted, and still you have Dubey to complement Jadeja and Akshar Patel, two very good spinners. I think that could be the plan. So yeah, as you
Mm-hmm.
mentioned, why we need to fix which isn't broken.
True, true, and more than bowling concern, I feel India has some issues
Batting
in the
should be concerned.
middle order. So otherwise India is sorted, right?
Right from the top order, I think India has some problems. It's
Right.
not like yeah, as I mentioned earlier, Rohit Sharma it's been hot and cold in the recent past. So it's going to be how they are going to adapt and how they are going to put up their hands and play
Mm-hmm.
cautiously. And I think
Right.
they need to play smart. Street smart cricket is required on Sunday.
True. Yeah.
Don't look for 180, 190s. It's just 140s and 150s that are going to win you games, given
Right.
how you are going to utilize the conditions.
Mm-hmm. Right. Right. And what do you think? Like, even if India goes into Super Eights, you have teams like New Zealand, Australia, all those things. They are not going to uh, let you take a breather, right? Because if they find a flaw, they are going to be attacking that flaw relentlessly, right? So, do you see like
See,
uh, rather than asking who are your top fours, do you see India going into top four?
if just going by the paper, I would say even for yesterday's game, I had a little bit of fear that Ireland might exploit India's batting. That's
Mm-hmm.
what that's what I was really concerned about. Given
Right,
Josh Little and Mark Adair, I think they were very good bowlers. They could
right,
have troubled India very much if they had a sizable total like 120 or 130.
right. Yeah.
Uh, they didn't get that total, but still the pitch was doing something, and they're also good with the lines and lengths. If not for some drop catches, I think they could be in the game very well. But
Mm,
see, I really bother right from the time the Indian squad has come up. So
okay.
right from then, I was really concerned. Um,
Right. Yeah.
India going into top four and lifting the trophy is going to be a very big task. But still,
Mm,
somehow, the heart always wants India to win. So if
exactly.
you
Yeah.
want to be champions, then you need to defeat everyone. That's the
True. True.
only
Yeah.
key. That's the only thing.
Mm-hmm.
You should not think about the opponents so much. Like uh,
Mm-hmm.
like even yesterday's press conference from Rohit Sharma, I think that guy has some plan. Like even when
Mm,
they asked why you picked four spinners actually in the playing in the squad of 15, why do we need four spinners? And there was no off spinner in the lineup, and you have only three seamers, and he said that I have a secret, and that's why I chosen four spinners. Even yesterday, he said the same. Still, I have that secret with me. I don't want to reveal it. So I
right.
think
Yeah.
he had some plan. So yeah, let him cook. That's what I would say.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah. That's. I think we have covered everything, right? Is there anything else
Yes.
uh, you want to talk about?
Only one tip I would say: be Mr. Max. Like how you say, if we win, we will celebrate. If not, okay, fine. We have the experience of 13 years now, so that's how it should be. I think going forward, at least for this World Cup,
Right.
given the
Yeah.
squad, I think if we win, we will celebrate. Okay, fine. We will look for the next
Uh-huh.
match. If we lose, okay, fine. We have the experience, no? Then I think this way,
True. True.
at least we can save our mental health. That's
Exactly.
what
Yeah.
it is.
Anyways, yeah. I think that's a wrap. Uh, Thank you guys for tuning in. We will connect. We will connect after the India Pakistan game. So, uh, do like, share, or subscribe our channel. It really helps us to know how we can curate our content, and it helps our channel to grow. Thank you, and
Yeah.
bye.